Boniface Mwangi. I'm a photographer. I'm using my work to make a difference in Africa, and you're watching SOFAR.
Words and pictures complement each other when telling a story, but in some cases, pictures can be worth 1,000 words and they can tell a story on their own. Today on SOFAR, we host CNN African photojournalist of 2008 who talks more about his life after winning the award, comments on culture, photography, and more.
Boniface Mwangi is a father and a husband. I'm a peace activist, and at the same time I'm a photographer, so I use my work and my skills to advocate for peace and reconciliation in my country. Professional, I'm a photographer, if you say so. I went to photography school. I was there for like 5 months and then I quit. But that's what I've been doing for the last 6 years, taking pictures. I'm more of a photojournalist, so I do more of news photography than anything else. So I'll take pictures of events, riots, chaos, anything that is happening, current events. The Kenyan story and the African story is messed up because of colonialism and a lot of historical inaccuracies. The story of Africa is actually skewed. We don't even know our history very well. So instead of studying our history, we're going to study the history of the British who colonized us, or the Portuguese, or the French. So you find that in terms of our history, you don't even know our history. You find that our history books began when the white man came. So beyond that, you don't know anything about it. And that's why you find that we are actually not copying as Africans, in a sense that we're trying to import foreign ideas in the way we do things. In a way, even in our cultures, things that were taboo in the past in our African culture are becoming the norm now because we're trying to export Western values and try and instill them in our kids. But if we really knew our history and we really knew our story, we'd be living as Africans first before anything else. But now, even our mannerism, even the language that I'm communicating to is the colonizer's language. So that's the reality, that we have lost our identity and taken on the colonizer's identity. So as a people, we don't have a history. And we're trying to rediscover that slowly and trying to go back. Let's talk about 100 years before the white man came. Or for now, we're trying to see how we can be able to freeze in time, as in freeze moments of time past. You find that some of the people, like the old grandmothers who fought in the Mau Mau, or the people who were born before the white man came, or people who saw the white man in their adult life, we're trying to document that. Let's document the past. Let's try and hear the stories and document them and write them down, so that even after I die and my son comes and his generation, are going to read those stories and know where we're coming from as a generation and as a people.
SOFAR!
There's hope for Kenyan photographers. Over time, we've relied on foreign correspondents to file our stories or tell our stories. But over time, there are young photographers like me and many other who are doing good stuff in Kenya. They are coming with their own Kenyan style of taking pictures. And you have great photographers, actually even in advertising, which used to be, advertising used to be done mostly by expatriates, advertising photography. But you have local photographers like Jim Chuchu, Alan Gishigi, Ibrahim. There are many young photographers doing what used to be done by expatriates. So there's hope for Kenyan photography. And there's hope for us because the people who are learning that trade like me, I'm teaching other people to do the same thing. So we're passing on the skills to other people. The challenge that we have in Kenya is that we don't have photography schools. There's no exclusive school of photography. So most of us who are doing pictures or taking pictures are self-taught. But now there's this way we're doing apprenticeship, that I learn my skill and I teach another person. And I think learning on the job is much more better than learning in school the theory.
SOFAR!